morning, students. Today we are discussing the concept of the elementary operations of a matrix. Elementary operations or elementary transformations of a matrix. And invertible matrices means finding the inverse, and by using elementary operations or transformations, how we can find the inverse of a matrix. First of all, we discuss about elementary operations of a matrix. What is this elementary operations means? There are 6 elementary operations or transformations of a matrix, in that 3 due to rows and 3 due to columns. What are these 3 elementary operations? That is 3 due to row and 3 due to columns means, in the first one, interchange of any rows or columns, and the second one, you can multiply by a non-zero number to a row or column, and addition of elements of any row with the corresponding elements of any other row with a non-zero number. Okay, first we can discuss the first one, that is interchange of any rows by columns. So this can be symbolically taken as Ri interchanges to Rj, this is towards rows, Ci interchanges to Cj, this is towards the columns. Suppose, let us take the example of a 3 cross 3 matrix. 1 minus 3 2 0 5 9 8 minus 12 6. This is a 3 cross 3 matrix. So I'll explain the first one, that is interchange of any rows or any columns. Means you can interchange any 2 rows or you can interchange any 2 columns. Suppose R1 interchanges to R2 or C2 interchanges to C2. Okay, if you interchange any 2 rows, means in the matrix R1 and R2 will be interchanged, but R3 keep as it is. If you take in that column operations, C2 and C3 will interchange, but what about the column one? It is as it is. Suppose if you apply that R1 interchanges to R2, so means interchange of the rows. This is the first row, second row, and third row. R1 interchanges to R2 means you can interchange R1 and R2. R2 can be written as in place of the R1, and R1 can be written in place of R2. So now R2 is 0 5 9, that can be written in place of the first row, and R1 is 1 minus 3 2, right in place of the second row. That is interchange of any 2 rows. And what about the third row? So there is no elementary operation applied, so write as is 8 minus 12 6. This is interchange of any 2 rows for the given matrix. Suppose if you apply column also, here column 2 and column 3 will interchange. So means column 1 will be as it is and column 2 and column 3 will be interchanged. Okay, for this, if you apply the column elementary operation, so column 1 should be as it is, that is column 1 is 1 0 8, and column 2 and column 3 will be interchanged. So this is the column 2 and this is the column 3. These two can be interchanged. In place of column 3 you can write column 2. In place of column 2 you can write column 3. In place of column 3 you can write the column. So that is column 2 9 6. Column 3 becomes column 2 minus 3 5 minus 2. So this is the first one, interchange of any 2 rows or any 2 columns. R1 interchanges to R2 or C2 interchanges to C3. Either you can apply R or you can apply C, means you can apply the column, row, or you can apply the column. This is the first one, interchange of any rows or column, that is any 2 rows or any 2 columns. The second one, multiplication of a non-zero number to a row or a column. For that, same, let us take and same this example only. So that is 1 0 8 minus 3 5 12 2 9 6. Let us 1 minus 3, 5, 0, 5, 9, 3 minus 12, 6. Let us take the square matrix. 1 minus 3, 5, 0, 5, 9 and 3 minus 12, 6. Now, we are discussing the second elementary operation, that is multiplied by a non-zero number. So, non-zero number means we can multiply by a k. Let us take that k be a non-zero number. So, non-zero number means you cannot take that k as a 0. That is, you can multiply by any row with a non-zero number, or you can multiply by any column also by a non-zero number. That is, Ri changes to k times of Ri, Ci changes to k times of Ci. That k cannot be 0. So, cannot be 0 means only a non-zero real number. So, non-zero number. So, for the given matrix, for the R2, second row, I can multiply by a minus 5 times of R2. So, this minus 5 will be a non-zero number. So, multiplying by a row by a non-zero number. So, here for only R2, that can be changed as minus 5 times of R2, means minus 5 into R2. For all the elements of R2, we can multiply by minus 5. So, what about the first row? First row, there is no elementary operation applied, write as it is. 1 minus 3, 5. The second row can be taken as minus 5 times of R2. So, for the entire row of R2, all elements of R2 multiply by minus 5. Minus 5 into 0, 0. Minus 5 into 5 is minus 25. Minus 5 into 9 is minus 45. So, this is for the R2. And R3, again there is no elementary operation, right as it is. 3 minus 12, 6. So, this is applying that R2 changes to minus 5 times of R2. Similarly, if you take a column also, column 1 can be taken as 3 times of column 1. So, this means for all the elements of column 1, or for all the elements of column 1, we can multiply with 3. Is 3 is a non-zero number, right there? Because it cannot be equals to 0. So, 3 is cannot be equals to 0, right there? So, now, what is the matrix you get for this elementary operation? And this is the matrix for the given elementary operation. For C1, for all the elements of column 1, what you can multiply by 3. So, 3 into 1 is 3. 3 into 0 is 0. 3 into 3 is 9. What about column 2 and column 3? There is no elementary operation applied. So, write as it is. Minus 3. 5 minus 2, 5, 9, 6. So, this is the required matrix for the given elementary operation, whether it is the column operation or whether it is the row elementary operation. This is the second one. So, second one means multiplying by a non-zero number to a row or a column. Multiplying by a non-zero number to a row or multiplying by a non-zero number to a column. This is the second. And the last one, addition of any elements of a row with corresponding elements of other row with multiplied by a non-zero number. That is, symbolically it can be taken as Ri changes to Ri plus k times of Rj. Similarly, Ci changes to Ci plus k times of Cj. So, this is towards row, this is towards column. Addition of elements of row with the corresponding elements of another row with multiplied by a non-zero number. So, again non-zero number means you cannot taken that as a 0. Excluding 0, you can take any other number, no problem. But you cannot take it as a 0. Okay. So, let us take another example of the third one. So, for that, I can take a matrix. So, whether it is a 2 cross 2 or whether it is a 3 cross 3, whatever it may be, but that should be a square matrix. So, what is meant by that square matrix means? Number of rows and number of columns must be equal. It is called as a square matrix. So, we will take a 2 cross 2 matrix. 2 minus 8, 5, 6. So, this is a 2 cross 2 matrix of order 2 cross 2. So, first I will take the row elementary operations, that is R1 can be taken as R1 plus 5 times of R2. For this elementary operation, you can take the elements of row 1 with the corresponding elements of row 2 and multiply with 5, and you can add the corresponding elements of R1 and R2 with multiplied by 5. So now, this is the R1, first row, this is the R2, second row. 2 minus 8 is the first row, 5, 6 is the second row. You are applying elementary operation, right? R1 changes to R1 plus 5 times of R2. So see the corresponding element. For 2, in the R1 2, corresponding R2 is 5. So in the R1 minus 8, corresponding R2 element is 6. So you can take these two elements and you can take these two elements and you can apply this elementary operation. So R1 is 2 plus 5 times of R2 is corresponding element for the 2 is 5. So 2 and 5, you can apply this elementary operation. For these two, R1 is minus 8 plus 5 times of R2 is 6. So applying the R1 changes to R1 plus 5 R2 because we are changing R1, right? That's why I am writing in the first row. What about R2? So there is no elementary operation applied here, so write as it is. So 5 and 6 only. 5 5 is 25. 25 plus 2 is 27. Then minus 8, keep as this, plus 5 6 is 30. Minus 8 plus 30 is 22. And remaining the second row, 5 6 as it is. So this is the required matrix for the given elementary operation. R1 changes to R1 plus 5 R2. So this R1 with corresponding elements of R2 and with 5 is a non-zero number. That is, you can take it as here as a. Similarly, we can apply column also. Column 2 changes to column 2 minus 3 times of column 1. Elements of column 2 with corresponding elements of column 1, and elements of column 1 you can multiply by non-zero number 3 or minus 3. If you take a 3, you can subtract. If you take a minus 3, you can add the column 2 and the column 2. So now, for the column 2 and column 1, for this is column 2, this is a column. For this is a corresponding element of column 2 and column 1. Column 2, 8 minus 8 means corresponding is 2. For column 2, 6 means corresponding column 1 element is 5. So for these two and for these two, you can apply this elementary operation. So here, column 2 changes means column 1 you cannot change. So you can write it as it is. 2 and 5. For the column 2, C2 minus 3 times of C2. So corresponding element of column 2 minus 3 times of corresponding element of column 1 is 2. Again, corresponding element of column 2 minus 3 times of corresponding element of column 1 is 5. So that's it, applying the elementary operation, and we can just simplify that. 2, 5. Minus 8, minus 3 2 is 6. Minus 8 minus 6 is minus 14. 6, 3 5 is 15. 6 minus 15 is minus 9. So this is a required matrix for the given elementary operation or transformation. Okay, so these are the 3 elementary operations, total 6 in that 3 to 2 row and 3 to 2 column. Interchanging of rows or interchanging of columns. Multiplying by a non-zero number to a row or multiplying by non-zero number to a column. Addition of elements of a row with corresponding elements of any other row with non-zero number. Again, addition of elements of column with corresponding elements of another column multiplied by non-zero. So these are the 6 elementary operations. So 3 due to row and 3 due to column. This is the first concept to find the inverse of a matrix by using the elementary transformations or elementary operations. So in the question only they will mention find the inverse of a matrix by using elementary transformations or elementary operations, compulsory for the 3 marks question. Either you can do by row or either you can do by column, what it may be. So but they will not mention by using rows or by using columns. You can do by any method, by using rows or by using columns. Okay, so this is about the elementary operations. So next we can discuss about the invertible matrices. So next concept is invertible matrices. So what is mean by this invertible matrix means? Let us take that A be a square matrix of order m. Order m means order 2 or order 3 or order 4. It means order 2 means 2 cross 2, order 3 means 3 cross 3, 4 means 4 cross 4. But here we can discuss only about the 2 cross 2 matrix. Okay, A be a square matrix of order m, and let us take that B be another square matrix of same order m only. If A is 2 cross 2, B is also 2 cross 2. If A is 3 cross 3, B is also 3 cross 3. Such that if it satisfies the condition AB equals to BA equals to I. So for matrix A and matrix B, if it satisfies this condition, if you multiply A and B or if you multiply B and A, both answers will be equal to the identity matrix, then we can say that B is the inverse of A. We can say that B is the inverse of A and it is denoted by A inverse. What is the matrix we are taken? That is called as the inverse of A. For this A, this is the inverse that can be denoted by A inverse. So that is symbolically it can be represented as A into A inverse equals to I. If you take that A into B is equals to I, or if you take B into A is equals to I, we can say that B is the inverse of A, and also we can say that A is also the inverse of B. We can say that A is also the inverse of B, or we can say that B is also the inverse of A. We can say that A and B are inverses of each other if it satisfies only this condition, that is AB is equals to BA equals to I. Suppose if you multiplied AB and if you multiplied by BA, but this answer is also not is equals to identity matrix and this also is not is equals to identity matrix, then we cannot say whether A and B have inverses exist or not. So you can say that A and B does not have inverse. If it is satisfied AB is equals to BA is equals to I, then only we can say that B is the inverse of A, or we can say that A is the inverse of B. That can be taken as A into A inverse is equals to I. Okay. Now let us see a small example whether A and B if you multiply, if it is the identity matrix, A equals to 2, 3, 1, 2, B equals to 2, minus 3, minus 1, 2. So, is A is a square matrix of order M? Yes, it is a square matrix of order 2 cross 2. Another matrix B is also a square matrix of order M? Yes, it is also a square matrix of order M, that is 2 cross 2, the same answer. If multiplied by AB, so then I can multiply by A and B. So you know how to multiply the two matrices, right? So first matrix 2, 3, 1, 2, and second matrix B 2, minus 3, minus 1, 2. So this is also 2 cross 2, this is also 2 cross 2. Any two square matrices of the same order is always multiplication is possible, whether it is 2 cross 2 or whether it is 3 cross 3. Or if in case A is of order 2 cross 3, B is of order 3 cross 2. Is A and B are square matrices? No, they are not a square matrix, they are the rectangular matrix. If you multiply these two matrices, in the first matrix, number of columns In the second matrix, number of rows must be equal. If these two are the equal means, then you can multiply it. So you get 2 cross 2 is the required order. Suppose if A is of order 2 cross 3 and B is of order 2 cross 3. Here also you get both are the same orders. But here 2 cross 3 is not a square matrix. So if not a square matrix of the same order, multiplication is not possible. If it is a square matrix of same order, obviously multiplication is possible. How you can multiply the matrices? So multiply by how? By column. So first row with the first column. 2 into 2, 4. 3 into minus 1, minus 3. First row, first column. First row with second column. What is the second column here? Minus 3 and 2. 2 into minus 3, minus 6. 3 into 2 is plus 6. So now, complete the first row. Now, with the second row, with first column, 1 into 2 is 2. 2 into minus 1 is minus 2. Again, second row with second column. 1 into minus 3 is minus 3. 2 into 2 is 4. So it just simplify this one. 4 minus 3, 1. Minus 6 plus 6, 0. 2 minus 2, 0. Minus 3 plus 4, 1. It is of order 2 cross 2 only like that. Because A is of order 2 cross 2, B is also of 2 cross 2. If you multiply the two matrices, the resultant matrix is also of same order 2 cross 2. It is a which matrix? It is obviously a identity matrix of order 2 cross 2. See? If you multiply by AB, you get the identity matrix like that. So first condition. Now let us check BA also. Okay. So B with A. So what is the B matrix? So B matrix is 2, 3, 1, 2. Sorry, B matrix is 2, minus 3, minus 1, 2. And A matrix is 2, 3, 1, 2. So same. How you can multiply the matrix? Row by a column. First row with first column, first row with second column. 2 into 2 is 4, minus 3 into 1 is minus 3. 2 into 3 is 6, minus 3 into 2 is 6. Minus 1 into 2 is minus 2, 2 into 1 is 2. Minus 1 into 3 is minus 3, 2 into 2 is 4. First row, first column. First row, second column. Second row, first column. Second row, second column. And what is the remaining answer? 4 minus 3, 1, 6. So this is minus 6 right? So 2 into 3 is 6, minus 3 into 2 is minus 6. 6 minus 6 is 0, minus 2 plus 2, 0, minus 3 plus 4, 1. So it is also of order 2 cross 2. So this is the identity matrix. Got it? So B into A also will get the identity matrix. If A into B is equals to I, B into A is also equals to I, then we can say that B is inverse of A or A is inverse of B. So for B, this is the inverse of the given matrix A. Means if you find out the inverse of this matrix, this will be the answer. That is A inverse or B. Or if you find out the inverse of this matrix, so this is the inverse. That is B inverse. So you can say that if AB is equals to I or BI is equals to I, if it satisfies the condition that A and B be the inverses of each other. That is by using this condition AB is equals to B equals to. Okay. See, for this AB, if you multiply to get the identity matrix, so B also multiply to get the identity matrix. So we can say that A and B are inverses of each other. So you can say that in this case, A is invertible. Invertible means inverse exists. So that is called as the invertible. If BA is equal to I means, so B is invertible. So B's or inverse is also exist. So this is about the invertible matrices. Okay. Now, so next we can discuss two more theorems on the basis of invertible matrices. So what is mean by this invertible matrices means, if A is a square matrix of volume and B be another square matrix of same order as that of A, such that it satisfies the condition AB equals to BA equals to I, then B is the inverse of A or A is also the inverse of the B matrix. Okay, so based on this, we can discuss one of the theorem, that is inverse of a square matrix. So theorem 1, inverse of a square matrix, if it exists, is unique. So means if you take any square matrix, if its inverse exists, so that is a unique value. Means for any matrix you will get only one inverse, will not get to multiple inverses. So means let us take another proof. Let us take another A be a square matrix of order M. So order M only I explained, whether it is 2 cross 2 or whether it is 3 cross 3, whether it is 4 cross 4, what it may be. Now B and C be the another square matrices of same order as that of A. ಅಂದ್ರೆ A ಗೆ ಏನು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಇದೆಯೋ B ಮತ್ತು C ಗೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಇದೆ. Okay, since B is the inverse of A ಅಂತ ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, means let B and C be the another square matrix of same order, so these are the inverses of A. Since B is the inverse of A, then it will satisfy the condition according to the invertible matrices AB is equals to BA is equals to I, because I explained the condition right there. So here B and C is another square matrices of same order as that of A, and these B and C are the inverses of the A. Means B is the inverse of A, that is AB is equals to BA is equals to I. Also C is the inverse of A also. So it means AC equals to CA is equals to I. But according to the theorem, inverse of a square matrix, if it exists, is unique. Means for a square matrix A, you will get only one inverse, either B or C. But here what we taken that B and C both are the another square matrix of same order and both are the inverses of A, right? Now let us check whether B and C both are the different or both are the same. So now I will take the condition that B is BA, both are same, because for any identity matrix, if you multiply by any matrix, that's the same matrix. Or A is equals to AI or IA, both are same. Means for identity matrix, if you multiply by any matrix, again the resultant is same matrix only. Okay, now see here that equals to B as it is. In place of I took as B. Is B is equals to I, right? Or C is equals to I, both are same. So what we can take that AB is equals to BA is equals to I, AC is equals to CA is equals to I. So but what we can prove here? We can prove that both B and C must be equal. So you can take that I is equals to BA or I is equals to A, I is equals to CA or I is equals to AC. But already B is there. In place of I, taken as it is. In place of I, taken as it is. Okay. Now, according to associative law, A into BC equal to AB into C. Associative law of multiplication of matrices. B into AC can be taken as BA into C according to the associative law. What is this BA? I write that. So in place of BA, I can write as that I with C. What is that I into C? For identity matrix, if you multiply by any matrix, the answer is same matrix only. So we took that B, you took that answer as that C. So what we can conclude that? We conclude that B is equals to C. But here what we do? B and C both are the another square matrices, they are inverses of A. So what we conclude here, both B and C are the same matrices only. So from this what we can conclude that inverse of a square matrix, for A, if you find out the inverse, if it exists, for this A, if it inverse will exist, it is a unique. So B is the inverse of A and C is also the inverse of A, but both B and C are the same matrices. We can say that inverse of a square matrix, if it exists, is a unique. So this is the theorem. Okay, we can discuss the one more theorem. So what is the one more theorem means? If A and B are the invertible matrices of the same order. So another theorem, if A and B are the invertible matrices of the same order, then what we can prove? AB into AB whole inverse equals B inverse into A inverse. So means if A and B are the invertible matrices means inverse will exist of the same order. So both A and B are of the same order. Then what we can prove? AB whole inverse equals to B inverse into A inverse. So previous in the invertible matrices, if A and B are the invertible matrices, if AB equals to I, what we can say that B is the inverse of A, right? That is B is equals to the A inverse. So that is A into A inverse is equals to I. So according to the definition of the inverse of a matrix, we can discuss the proof. So let A and B are the invertible matrices, the inverse will exist. So according to the definition of the inverse of a matrix, so if you taken that matrix AB, for that inverse, AB into AB whole inverse will be equals to identity matrix, right? So matrix inverse. If you multiply those, you will get that identity matrix. Here AB is a matrix, AB whole inverse is inverse of that AB. If you multiply those, you will get that identity matrix. Okay. Now for this, pre-multiply A inverse on both sides. Pre-multiply means if you multiply by term in front of the term. So term ಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ multiply ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ pre. After the term ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ multiply ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ post multiply. So pre-multiply means term ಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ. So in front of the term, before the term. A inverse into AB into AB whole inverse equals to pre-multiply, right? A inverse into I. In front of the term, before the term. So here again, so previous associative property, A into BC will be equal to AB into C. So for this, shift the brackets. A inverse into A into B into AB whole inverse equals to A inverse into I. Okay. Now, what is this A inverse into A? For a matrix, if its inverse can be multiplied, the answer should be identity matrix. See, A into A inverse means A inverse into A is also I, both are same only, nothing will be changed here. Okay. So A inverse into A is also I only, identity matrix into B. Because A means A inverse is the inverse of A. IB into AB whole inverse equals to A inverse into I. Now see this one and this one. identity matrix can be multiplied to the any matrix, the resultant is the same only. That is A into I is equals to A, or I into A is also equals to A. For identity matrix, if you multiply by any matrix, the answer is same matrix only. The answer is B here. Into AB whole inverse. Here also, for identity matrix, if you multiply by any matrix, again the resultant is same matrix only. That is the inverse one. What also? Again, pre-multiply B inverse on both sides before the term. So for this A inverse also before, for this B also before. So B inverse into B into AB whole inverse equals B inverse into A inverse, because of the pre-multiply, right? Now see here, B inverse into B, the matrix and its inverse can be multiplied together, we will get the identity matrix. So B inverse into B is I into AB whole inverse equals B inverse into A inverse. Nothing will change. Again for this I, if you multiply with any matrix, again AB whole inverse is one of a matrix. If you multiply the matrix with identity matrix, again you get that same matrix only. So AB whole inverse equals B inverse into A inverse. So this is the proof. Means if A and B are the invertible matrices of the same order, then AB whole inverse equals to B inverse into A inverse. So this is also important for the 3 marks question. But inverse of a matrix is again 3 marks. If they not given means, so theorems also one of the important for the 3 marks questions. Okay. So this is about the theorem 1 and theorem 2. Now let us discuss how we can find inverse of a matrix by elementary transformations. So how many elementary operations you have? You have the 6 elementary operations, 3 due to row and 3 due to column. So what are the 3 due to row? Interchange of rows multiplied by a non-zero number, addition of elements of a row with the corresponding elements of a row with a non-zero number. Okay, that is inverse of a matrix by using elementary operations. So here we can do by elementary row operations, or you can apply by elementary column operations. For the elementary row operations, entire problem you can apply only row operations only. That is R interchanges to RA, or R interchanges to K times of RI, otherwise R interchanges to RA plus K times of RC. For elementary column operations, entire problem you can apply only column operations, but you cannot apply the row operations. In elementary row, you can apply only row, but not column. For elementary column, you can apply only column, but not row. So, for the elementary row operations, we can write as that A is equals to I. This is the first step we can do for the elementary row operations. So, where A is a given matrix, for which matrix you are finding the inverse, and I is the identity matrix, and this can be kept as it is. So after applying the elementary transformation, that is only row operations, this A can be converted to I, means identity matrix, and this I can be converted to some another matrix. I can take that as a B, and this A is as it is. And after finding this I means after converting this I as a B, and after converting this A as the identity matrix by using elementary row operations, at last step, if it is the identity matrix, on the right hand side, what is the matrix you are getting? This is the inverse of the given matrix, that is A inverse. If it is the column operations, we can write as that A is equals to A. So here, this is the matrix A, what it is given in the problem, and it is the identity matrix. If it is 2 cross, this is 2 cross 2. A is 3 cross, I is also 3 cross 3. So after a sequence applying of elementary column operations, this and this can be changed. So this will be kept as it is. So that is equal to that A can be as it is. This A can be converted to I. Means after applying the operation sequence of operations, this A matrix can be converted to identity matrix, and this I matrix can be converted to the another matrix is B. So in this way, if the matrix on the left is identity matrix, so what is the right hand side matrix we are getting? So that is obviously the inverse. That is A inverse is equals to B. So for the given matrix, this is the inverse. That is of the elementary column operations or the elementary row operations. So in the problem, we are discussing only either the row or either the column. So we can discuss only about the elementary row operations. Okay. So instead of column operations, row operations will be some little bit easy. Okay. We can discuss about that elementary row operations. So okay. For the elementary row operations, what is the first step you can take on that? A is equals to IA. Applying the row operations. So what are the row operations? Changing of rows, multiplying by a non-zero number to a row, and addition of elements of a row with the corresponding elements of any other row with a non-zero number. Okay. By using these three elementary operations, we can find the inverse of a matrix. Let us discuss some of the problems on the inverse of a matrix. Okay. So how the question will frame? So example, by using elementary operations, by using elementary operations, find the inverse of the matrix. Find the inverse of the matrix. So they will mention any one of the matrix. I will take the first example as 1, 2, 2 minus 1. So 1, 2, 2 minus 1. So for this matrix, what we can find out? We can find the inverse by using the elementary operations only. Okay. See here, I will explain one short formula. A is equals to A, B, C, D. So these are the elements in the matrix of order of 2 cross 2. To find the inverse, A inverse is equals to 1 by AD minus BC, D minus B minus C, A. So this is directly how you can find the inverse of a matrix without doing the problem for the CT questions. But for the theory, you can do by elementary operations. So this is just to verify whether your answer will be correct or not. That's it. But in the problem, you cannot do like this because they explained about that elementary operations, right? You can apply the sequence of elementary operations only. So this is just to verify whether your answer is correct or not, or you can do the CD. No problem. No. So this is a matrix A, or you can do that as a matrix A. So for the solution, let capital A is the given matrix, that is 1, 2, 2 minus 1. This is matrix A. So now, which elementary operations you are applying? I am applying row operations. Okay. For that row operations, what we can write? We can write as that A equals to IA. For the column, A is equals to A. Now, what is this A? This is a given matrix. 1, 2, 2 minus 1. This is A equals. What is this I? Identity matrix. Identity matrix 2 cross 2 is also there, 3 cross 2 is also there. But here A is 2 cross 2 right? So identity is also 2 cross 2. 1, 0, 0, 1 into A. Okay. Now, you can apply the elementary operations like that. So R1, first row, R2 is the second row. So this matrix can be made as an identity matrix. So this is 1. This can be made as a 0. This can be made as a 0. This can be made as a 1. So 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay. For that, first I will complete the R2. So this can be made as a 0 right? This can be made as a 0. This can be made as a 1. This can be made as 0 and this can be made as 1. Already this one is there, no problem. So first I will complete from R2. So this can be made as a 0 right? To make it as a 0, we can change the R2. How we can change the R2? We can apply the elementary operation right there. Which elementary operation you are applying is simple thing. Just multiply these two. Just short logic. First, 1 into R2. R2, 2 into R1, 2R1. For any problem, so multiplying the element of the second row with R1, multiplying the element of R1 with the R2. That is 1 into R2 minus 2 into R1. Got it? If it is R2 means, in the first it should be R2 only. If R1 will change means, in the first it should be R1 only. It is R2 right? That's why it should be a R2. So R2 minus 2 times of R1. This is the third elementary operation. Right? Okay. Now, which row will change? First row. What about the second row? Second row will also change? No. First row will as it is. Second row will change. What about the first row? As it is. 1, 2. Left. 1, 0. 1, right. What about the second row? Second row will change according to the elementary operation R2 minus 2 times of R1. So see the corresponding elements. For 2, corresponding 1. Minus 1, corresponding 2. 0, corresponding 1. 1, corresponding 0. R2 changes to R2 minus 2 times of R1. See here. For 2, corresponding is 1. R2 is 2 na? Minus 2 times of, what is R1 is 1. What is that? 2 into 1, 2. 2 minus 2 is obviously 0. So get an answer as 0 right there. So for the 0, it is correct. So R2 is 2, minus 2 into R1 is 2. 2 minus 2 into 1 is 2, minus 2 is 0. Now this element, for minus 1, R1, R2, minus 2 times of R1 is 2. 2 into 2 is 4. Minus 1, it is minus 5. You got that one. See, R2 is 2, minus 2 times of R1 is 1. So R2 is 2, minus 2 times of R1 is corresponding for 2 is 1. 2 minus 2 into 1, 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. Got that one? Next, for these two, R2 is minus 1, minus 2 times of R1 is corresponding is 2. Minus 1, minus 2 into 2 is 4. Minus 1, minus 4 is minus 5. You got the minus 5. Next, on the right also, what is the R2 element is 0, minus 2 into R1 is corresponding 0. R1 is 1. 0 leave it, minus 2 into 1 is minus 2. For this also, R2 is 1, minus 2 into corresponding R1 is 0. 1, 2 into 0 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. So this is the first elementary operation for any problem to find the inverse of a square matrix for the 2 cross 2. So like this you can continue. Now you got this 0 right there. Now so R1 and R2. Now what should make it is to make it as a 1. So 0 1 right there. So it becomes 0, it becomes 1, already 0. To make it as 1, what we can do? So that minus 5 will be in the R2. To make it as a 1, so just divide it by minus 5 only. Any number, to make it as a 1, just divide by 5. 5 getting us will get 1 only right there. So for this, because it is in R2, so that's R2 divided by minus 5. What about R1? R1 will be as it is. Why? We are dividing this with only minus 5 to make it as a 1. That's why dividing with minus 5. So what about the R1? R1 as it is. R2 only will change. 1, 2 on the left. 1, 0 on the right into A. Okay, what about the R2? We can divide by minus 5 right there. 0 by minus 5. 0. Minus 5 by minus 5. 1. Minus 2 by minus 5. Minus minus getting cancelled. 2 by 5. 1 by minus 5 is minus 1 by 5. Got it? So this is a complete of the R2. So 0, 1, you got 0, 1. So now next this one. What should make it? To make it as a 0. So that is R1 and R2. Now these two, in which row? It is in the first row. So obviously R1 will change. So normally you can do right there. So this into this minus this into this. First, 1 into R1. R1 minus 2 into R2 is 2R2. This is a simple elementary operation for any problem. If you are confused, just follow these steps only. Now, so which element becomes 0? So this 2, I round up this element right there. This element must be compulsory, becomes a 0. So now here, which row will change? First row will change, which row will be as it is? Second row will be as it is. 0, 1, 2 by 5, minus 1 by 5. Okay, now, previous I explained right there. R2 means first will be R2. R1 means changes means first will be R1 right there. So now see. For this R1 corresponding R2, R1 corresponding R2, R1 corresponding element R2, R1 corresponding element R2. So apply in this elementary operation. R1 is 1 minus 2 into what is this R2? Corresponding is 0. 2 into 0 0. 1 minus 0 1 as is we got. Now this element can be must be 0. Okay, let's see. R1 is 2 minus 2. What is R2? Corresponding to element is 1 right there. 2 into 1 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 1. Obviously getting cancelled. Got the element 0 right there. So your elementary operation is correct. Now for this one, for these two, R1 is 1 minus 2 into R2 is 2 by 5. So 1 minus 2 into 2 by 5 is 4 by 5. 2 into 2 by 5, 2 to the 4, 4 divided by 5. 5 into 1, 5. 5 minus 4, it's 1 by 5. Okay, for these two. R1 is 0 minus 2 into R2 is minus 1 by 5. So 0 as it is, we can use 0. Minus to minus plus 2 into 1 by 5 is 2 by 5. See, in the last step, it is a which matrix? You got identity matrix right there. So previously I explained the concept of elementary operations. You take that as A is equals to IA. So this becomes identity matrix. On the right hand side, this becomes any one of the matrix right there. So this is the inverse of the given matrix. So therefore, A inverse is equals to 1 by 5, 2 by 5, 2 by 5 minus 1 by 5. So this is the inverse of a matrix by elementary row operation, that is see in this entire problem we applied only row operations. Here also row operation, here also row operation. Is any applied any column operation? No, right? So that is applying the sequence of any row operations, we get the inverse of a square matrix by elementary row operations. Now we can see whether this formula will satisfy or not for the given problem. Okay, so A is a given matrix right there. What is this A? A equals to, so 1, 2, 2 minus 1. To find the inverse, I told the formula 1 by AD minus BC. 1 by, what is this A into D? Multiplying these two means multiplying these two. 1 into minus 1 minus 1. Minus BC means these two. So these two means 2 into 2, 4. Okay. So D means minus 1. Minus B means minus 2. Minus C means minus 2. A means 1. See, just comparing the values here. A1, B2, C2, D minus 1. AD minus BC, just multiplying the values. D is minus 1. Minus B means 2 becomes minus 2. Minus C means 2 becomes minus 2. And A is, so this 1 becomes 1. Minus 1 minus 4 minus 5 into minus 1 minus 2 minus 2 1. So 1 by minus 5 means you can multiply all the elements of a matrix with 1 by minus 5, or you can multiply all the elements of a matrix, or you can divide by all the elements of a matrix with minus 5. So just you can divide minus 1 by minus 5, 1 by 5, minus 2 by minus 5, 2 by 5, minus 2 divided by minus 5, 2 by 5, 1 by minus 5 is minus 1 by 5. So this is the matrix. This one, both are same only right? So this is only for the CD purpose, not for the TD purpose. So this is just without solving all the problem, you can do the CD. But in the TD, you can do all these steps only. So how to find the inverse of a matrix? Okay. So once again I will explain this problem. So take on the given matrix as A. You are applying which operations? elementary row operations. You cannot do any column in the middle. Write as I is equals to A is equals to I. A is a given matrix. I identity matrix. A as it is I didn't change that one. So for the first to make this as a 0, this is in which row? R2. To make this first element of R2 as a 0, I obtained the row operation, that is R2 as. For this, so just I multiply these elements with the rows. So to just simple to find the logic, that's it. 2 into R1, 1 into R2. But first R2 write. R2 changes means first to get R2 write, that's why 1 into R2 is R2, then minus 2 into R1 is R1. You can subtract the 2 rows. Now R1 and R2. Here R2 means R1 will same, R2 will change. For that R2 corresponding R1, R2 corresponding R1, R2 corresponding R1, R2 element corresponding R1 element. Okay, first 2 minus 2 into 1 2, 2 minus 2 0. R2 minus 1 minus 2 into 2 4 minus 1 minus 1 minus 5. Then R2 is 0 minus 2 into R1 is 1. 0 we can leave. Minus 2 into 1 is minus 2. R2 is 1 minus 2 into R1 is 0. 2 into 0 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. So first element operation is over and you got this element as compulsory 0. So element operation is correct and your problem is also correct. Now second element of R2. To make it is a 1, you can divide with same number. That minus 5 which row? R2. So divide with minus 5 only. R1 as it is. R2 we can divide by minus 5. Not only this element, all the elements on the R2 on the left as well as on the right also. 1 2 1 0 as it is. 0 by minus 5 0. Minus 5 minus 5 1. Minus 2 by minus 5 minus getting cancelled 2 by 5. 1 by minus 5 minus becomes in numerator denominator both are same only. 1 by minus 5 minus 1 by 5 both are same only. You got that. This element has one right. You got that answer. Now coming to the R1. So to make it this as a 0, same what I applied in the first case, I follow the same step here. So it is in R1, so R1 changes to. So just taken the elements with multiplication. So 1 into R1, first becomes R1 right? 1 into R1 minus subtracting of 2 into R2 is R2. Okay. Now R1 changes to R1 minus 2R is elementary operation. Means if you apply this elementary operation, compulsory this element must be 0. Don't bother about other elements. So what I have one of this element, this must be compulsory 0. Okay. Now R1 changes to R1 minus R2. R1 corresponding R2. R1 corresponding R2. R1 corresponding R2. R1 corresponding R2. First R1 right? R2 as it is 0 1. 2 by 5 minus 1 by 5. 2 by 5 minus 1 by 5. Now R1 right? 1 minus 2 into R2 is 0. 2 into 0 is 0. 1 minus 0 1. Next R1 is 2 minus 2 into R2 is 1. 2 into 1 2. 2 minus 2 0. Next R1 is 1 minus 2 into R2 is 2 by 5. 1 minus 2 into 2 by 5 4 by 5. 5 into 1 5. 5 minus 4 is 1 by 5. Otherwise LCM 1 into 5 is 5. If you do cross multiply 5 minus 4 you get 1 by 5 only. You got that 1 by 5. Next last R1 is 0 minus 2 times of R2 is minus 1 by 5. You can leave that 0 minus and minus plus 2 into 1 by 5 2 by 5. See on the left you get which matrix? Identity matrix. Obviously on the right, obviously that is the inverse of the given matrix. For the matrix here, this is the inverse 1 by 5 2 by 5 2 by 5 minus 1 by 5. This is also which order? 2 cross 2 only. Okay, this is how you can solve the inverse of a matrix by using elementary row operations. This is very important for the 3 marks question. So in the matrices, they will give the first preference for this question to find the inverse of a matrix by using elementary transformations. Okay. Similarly, we can do some more problems on this concept only by using elementary row operations. Okay. So one more problem I will explain. So based on that, we can know how to do the problems. So understand this problem right there. So next problem I will explain. We can do one more as a homework. See, I explain this one right there. This is only for the CET purpose, not for the theory purpose. If you do in theory, they will not give marks for that. Because particularly they will mention by using the elementary operations only. Okay. Now, let us see the one more problem. 1 minus 1, second one, 1 minus 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now in this, one small note point. Okay, at the problem also I will explain. So what is this note point means? If you finding the inverse of a matrix, if you applying the sequence of row operations or column operations, if you getting zeros on entire row or entire column, inverse will not exist. Means, suppose A is equals to IA, you are solving a problem. So you get 2, 1, again 4, 2 equals to 1, 0, 0, 1 into A. See, you applied any operation. Okay. So in the next step you got 2, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 4. This is the next step you got. But not the particular limit operation, then I took that example. See, in the row you will get all are zeros, right? So obviously inverse does not exist. Not only the row or will get columns. Means if you apply column operations, you will get zeros on the column. If you apply row operations, you will get zeros on the rows. If you get zeros on any row or any column, entire row or entire column, inverse does not exist for the given matrix. Okay. Now, so we can do the next problem here. So let us take the solution of this problem. A is equals to 1 minus 1, 2, 3. Okay. So you are applying which operations? Elementary row operations. For that, you are taking the condition A is equals to IA. What is this A? 1 minus 1, 2, 3 equals what is this I? 1, 0, 0, 1. It's identity matrix into A as it is. So this is a R1, this is a R2. So first to make this element of R as a 0, that is first element of R as a 0. For that R2 changes to just to take the elementary operation, it's a short logic. 1 into R2 is R2 minus 2 into R1 is 2 times of R1. Okay. So which row will change? Second row will change. First row as it is 2, 3, 0, 1. Correct? Allah. Because now change ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿರೋದು R2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ R1 ಹಂಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ 1 minus 1 1 0 R2 ನ change ಮಾಡಬೇಕು by using this elementary operation. R2 is 2 minus 2 into R1 is 1 2 minus 2 into 1 2 2 minus 2 is 0. This element R2 is 3 minus 2 into R1 is minus 1 minus 2 into minus 1 plus 2 it plus 3 5. Now here R2 is 0 minus 2 into R1 is 1 0 minus 2 into 1 minus 2. R2 is 1 minus 2 times of R1 is 0 2 into 0 0 1 minus 0 is 1. See, according to this elementary operation these are the corresponding elements. You got this one 0 right? Obviously your elementary operation is correct. Now again R1 again R2. To make this element as 1, for that what we can do? Divide that entire elements of R2 with 5. If it is minus 5, minus 5. If it is 3, divide by 3. If it is 2, divide by 2. If it is minus 2, divide by minus 2. Okay. Now, all will be as it is. All the elements of R2 will be divided by which number? 5. About R1, as it is. 1 minus 1. 1, 0. That is of R1 on the both left and right. R2 becomes by 5. 0 by 5, 0. 5 by 5, 1. Minus 2 by 5 is minus 2 by 5 only. 1 by 5 is 1 by 5 only. So got this one right there. So this element becomes 1 right there. So no problem. Next, to make this element as that 0. R1, R2, which will change? R1 will change because minus is in R1. So just multiply this and this. For that R1, first 1 into R1, R1, then minus minus 1 into R2, minus R2. So that minus into minus becomes plus R2. So what about the row? So here R1 will change R2 as it is 0, 1, minus 2 by 5, 1 by 5. R1 plus R2 right? 1 plus 0, 1. R1 plus R2 right? Minus 1 plus 1, 0. R1 plus R2 right? 1 plus into minus minus. 1 minus 2 by 5. What is 1 minus 2 by 5? 5 into 1, 5. 5 minus 2 is 3 by 5. Next, R1 is 0 plus R2 is 1 by 5. That is 0 plus 1 by 5 is 1 by 5. You got this on the left hand side is the identity matrix. So what is the right hand side? It is obviously the inverse. So A inverse equals to 3 by 5, 1 by 5, minus 2 by 5, 1 by 5. So this is the inverse of the matrix by using elementary transformations. Or you can check by just by logic. So I explain the logic right now. What is that logic? If matrix A equals to A, B, C, D, to find the inverse, only forward for just verification, that's all. AD minus BC, D minus B minus C, A. So what is the given matrix? A is equals to 1, minus 1, 2, 3. What is the inverse? A inverse is equals to, so 1 upon A into D, 1 into 3, 3, minus B into C, 2 into minus 1, minus 2. So it becomes plus 2. So what is total? 3 plus 2? 3 plus 2 is 5. So D means these two will interchange. For these two, sign will change. 3 minus 1 becomes plus 1, plus 2 becomes minus 2. So 3 and 1 becomes interchange right there. So 3 and 1, minus 1 becomes plus 1, plus 2 becomes minus 2. So divide with 5. 3 by 5, 1 by 5, minus 2 by 5, 1 by 5. See here, this and this both are same right there. So this is how you can find the inverse of a matrix by using the elementary operations. Okay, so this is compulsory for the 3 marks question. So in the next class, we can discuss the problems same on inverse of a matrix by using elementary operations only. We can do the remaining some other problems and some other different types of problems. But so first, do how you can apply this inverse of a matrix by using elementary operations. So this is just for logic. So means which elementary operation you can apply means. Because for some problems you can do with plus 2 or minus 2, plus 1 or minus 1. For that is just a logic to find the elementary operation. Got it? So in the next class we can discuss some of the problems. Okay.